Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Leo and let's do some more Leetcode problems today. So today's problem is called string compression. So basically we were given an array of characters and we're going to compress it using this algorithm. So we begin with an empty string s. For each group of consecutive repeating characters, we're going to do this. If the group's length is 1, we simply append the character to s, and otherwise we append the character followed by the group's length. The compressed string s should not be returned separately, and instead it will be stored in the input character array. So the group length that are 10 or longer will be split into multiple characters, which means if we got a length of 12, we're going to split it into 1, 2, and write it back into the input array. And after you've done modifying the input array, return the new length of the array. Okay, so let's take a look at the example. So we have AA, BB, CCC. And after compression, it should be A2, B2, and C3, which gives us 6 for the length, okay? And here we have an input of A, which is 1 character, and we can simply return 1 because we're not appending the group length 1 to this input. And another example I just mentioned before, we have more than 10 characters, same characters. We will simply append each character as a separate character, okay? So how do we approach this problem? I think we can initialize a pointer that points to the first element and keep going until it reaches to the first, not the same element, and record this group length and write it back to the characters, then move on, okay? So if we got things like this, like we have more than 10 characters, we can write like B1, 2 here, and we should have another pointer pointing to the end of the new string, okay? So, yeah, after we've done the first character, we will simply skip it to the next character by adding group length to the original pointer. Okay, so that's pretty clear. Let's code it out. So we should first have a pointer pointing to the first element of the input array, and we will have a result pointing to the end of the output. Okay, so while it is inbound, we will have a group length of 1. Okay, so while I plus group length is less than characters.length, which is inbound, and the character is always the same, character I equals to character I plus group len, we will simply increase the group length, okay? Okay, let me change it here. Okay, now we've reached to a point where the next element is different. So what do we do here? We simply write it back to the original array. So now we use another pointer result. Okay, and next we're going to append the group length. Okay, so if group length is larger than 1, we're going to append it to the next element. So for all of its characters, we first need to, the group length is integer, so we first need to change it to string, then change it to character array and append it back to the original character array. Okay, so integer dot to string, group length, and to a character array, and characters result will equal to C. Okay, and after we've done that, we're gonna skip. Okay, so I will plus group length. Okay, so if we have 2, I will be here, and group length will be 2. After the operation, after the writing operation, our I will be moved to here, okay, which is I plus group length. And how about this one? So this one, I will be here, and the group length is 12. After writing B12 here, our result pointer will be here, and I will still be here. For the next iteration, it will plus 12, which is out of bound. So that's perfect. And here we should have result pointer pointing to the end of the compressed string. Okay, so we can simply return result. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, I think it passes. And how about the complexities? For time complexity, we only iterated this once, so it should be ON, where N is the length of the input character array, and we didn't use any extra space, so it should be O1. All right, sounds good. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in our next video.